Good morning. I'm just going to do a little kind of 10-15 minute wake up session, a bit of stretching and movement through your whole body. So you can do this anytime you want, but I'm doing it for myself this morning to wake myself up. Okay, so start with your hands by your sides, feet hip width apart, and then we're just going to come and reach our arms up to the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, palms face down. Reach those arms down nice and long. Breathe in to come up. And breathe out, nice long stretch down. 2 more. And last one. And then this time we're going to come up onto tiptoes as you reach the arms up. So push down through your big toes, gentle squeeze on your bottom, bring your heels down as the arms come down, but control those heels. Lovely. 2 more. Breathing in to come up. Breathe out, lower those heels down. Don't let them just flop back down to the mat. Last one. And then nice wide feet, turn your toes out to 10 to 2 on a clock, hands onto your hips, and then we're circling around. So we're going across the front, out to the side, really stick your bottom out behind you, try and keep the whole of your feet down, so no toes lifting. Deep breaths. And then back the other way. Last one. And then come to standing tall. Relax your shoulders down by your sides, come up onto the toes on one foot, and then we're coming up from one side to the other. Come as tall as you can. Gently draw your belly button in, height through the crown of your head, and try and again control those heels as they come back down to the mat. So we're coming up as high as you can on your toes, keeping all the toes down. 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and relax. Then we're going to come to the end of your mat, feet are hip width apart, we're rolling our shoulders back, deep breath in, breathe out, drop your chin to your chest, slowly fold yourself forward, imagine you're peeling your back down off a wall behind you. We're gently drawing the belly button up, heavy arms, heavy head, give your head a nod from side to side when you get down there, and just a slight softness through your knees, we're not locking them back. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, draw your belly button up, slowly restacking one vertebra on top of the other, coming all the way back up again. Roll your shoulders, deep breath in, and breathe out, drop your chin to your chest, draw your belly button up, slowly folding yourself down. Make sure you're breathing. When you get down there, keep your heels down, and we're bending one knee, straightening the other leg back. So we're swaying from side to side, let your arms be floppy, head's heavy, and just sway from side to side. Try to keep those heels down. Deep breaths. And then keep the legs still, take one more deep breath in, breathe out, draw your belly button up, slowly coming back up once more. And back down, deep breath in, roll your shoulders, breathe out, drop your chin to your chest, slowly coming all the way down to the mat, and then just hold it there for a couple of breaths. Try and take the weight to the front of your feet. You can keep your arms long or hold on to your elbows, and just relaxing your jaw and your tongue. And then carefully lift your heels, walk yourself down onto all fours. And then we're going to have our wrists underneath your shoulders, knees are hip width apart, and right underneath your hips. Taking a deep breath in, breathe out, drop your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, push your hands down into the floor, and scoop your belly button up towards your spine. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, drop back through, take your shoulders away from your ears, stick your bottom up in the air and look in front of you. And breathe in, breathe out to move. So we're breathing in as we pause, breathing out as we move, actively trying to push those hands into the floor to lift you as high as you can up away from the floor. Breathe in to pause and breathe out, drop back through. 2 more. Deep breath in and breathe out. And back through. Last one. We're going to come into our arched position. Keep that tummy drawing up. And then I want you to tuck your toes under, lift your knees and push yourself up. Push your bottom up towards the ceiling. Drop your head through your arms, and then we're padding through the feet. So bend one knee, push the other heel down towards the mat. So we're looking through towards your feet. Your weight should be in the heels of your hands, so you should be able to lift your fingertips off the floor. And then we're just padding through the feet. Push one heel down, bend the other leg. And then both heels are pushing down towards the floor. Deep breaths. And then bring one knee down to the mat and the other. Nice wide knees. Have your toes together, your big toes. And then reach your arms out in front. Drop your head through your arms and sit back towards your heels. Now, if this is not comfortable on your shoulders, bring your arms down by your sides, or you could put them underneath your forehead if that feels better for you. And we're just gently rocking from side to side, just turning off all those muscles that have just been working, but also giving you a nice stretch through the lower back. Deep breaths. Try and melt the front of your ribs down towards the mat. And then relax. Then we're going to come down onto our front. I want you to have your arms, your hands on either side of the mat, and the elbows are gently bent and lifted. So you're having your hands quite far away from you to start with. We're having them not down by your armpits, a bit further up, so just above your shoulder height. Legs are just slightly apart. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, drop your elbows down, push into your hands, start to draw your belly button up towards your spine, squeeze your bottom and push up into your extension. So we're looking ahead. Okay, so we want to try and keep our neck in line with our spine. We're not looking down at the floor, we're not looking up here. So squeezing the bottom, draw your belly button up, deep breath in at the top, breathe out, start to come down, but keep your tummy switched on. And then resting back down, elbows go back up to the ceiling. Okay, so if this feels too much for you, you could put your forearms down on the floor, and then when you push up, you keep your forearms down, so you're not coming as high. If you feel you've got a bit more movement in your back, you could bring your hands a little bit closer to you, so that when you come up, you've got more ability to come higher. Make sure you're keeping your pubic bone down on the mat. So let's do 4 more of these. Elbows up to the ceiling, deep breath in, breathe out, drop them down, push into your hands, squeeze your bottom, draw your belly button up and under your ribs. Deep breaths, try and keep those shoulders down away from your ears. We're not hunching them up to the ears. Deep breath in at the top. Breathe out, curling back down. Let's do 3 more. Breathe in at the bottom, breathe out, drop those elbows, get the shoulders away from your ears. And then when you're up there, give your head a little nod, make sure you're not holding any tension. Deep breath in and breathe out to come back down. Last 2, breathing in to prepare, breathe out, coming up. Squeeze your bottom, keep those feet down. And resting down, last one. And resting down. And then come back once more. Knees nice and wide, sit back towards your heels. Decide where it's comfortable to have your arms. And then just melt yourself down. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths in and out here. Okay, we're going to come back up onto all fours and do a thread the needle now. So come into your 4-point kneeling, wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are hip width apart and stacked right underneath your hips. So we're going to reach one arm up to the ceiling, look up towards it, breathe in, breathe out, thread that hand underneath the other armpit, bend the elbow on that side and try and take your ear to the floor. Reach that hand, the long arm, along the floor with your palm facing up. With sticking your bottom up in the air. So don't worry if you can't turn fully and get your ear to the floor. We're looking in that little window underneath your elbow in that direction, and the aim is eventually to be able to get to the floor. Okay, we're doing 2 more on this side. Breathe in to reach that arm up to the ceiling. Breathe out, threading through. Stick your bottom up in the air. And last one, deep breath in and breathe out. See if you can reach your fingertips a tiny bit further away. And then we're switching to the other side. So breathing in to reach up, breathe out to thread through, get that ear towards the floor. Keep the long arm along the floor, so sliding it along the floor with the palm facing up. 2 more, breathing in and breathe out. And last one, deep breath in and breathe out. Lovely, and then we're going to come on to our backs now. We're just going to do a few things on our backs before we finish. So I just want you to start by gently bringing one knee into your chest and the other, and give yourself a rock from side to side. Now if your knees don't like being pulled on at the front, on your shins, you can always put your hands underneath your knees on the back of your thighs and just hug yourself that way. Okay, so breathing into it. And then I want you to keep the outside of the big toes together. The rest of the feet come apart. Put your hands on your kneecaps, and then we're stirring those 2 legs like 2 separate spoons. So I should look in this direction. Both legs are stirring, but the toes, the big toes, are just gently touching. Okay, so it's like you're stirring your 2 hip sockets. Imagine you've got 2 spoons and they're stirring in those hip sockets. Breathing into it in one direction. You don't have to touch the knees, you can let the legs do it themselves if you feel you can get more movement through that. And then back the other way. One more. And then we're going to rest the feet down on the floor. Legs are glued together, knees bent. Take your arms out to the sides, just below shoulder height. And then we're gently rocking the legs one way, let them flop down towards the floor, and then turn to look away from the legs. Take a deep breath in there and breathe out. And then we're going to squeeze the legs together, draw your belly button down towards your spine to bring the legs back the other way. So we're just alternating from side to side, look away from the legs to add to the stretch. On the next one, you've also got the option, if it feels comfortable, to extend that top leg away. So you could just reach that leg long, and it will just add to the stretch down the side of your body if you like it. If not, keep the knees bent. Deep breaths. And then one more on the other side. So squeeze the legs together, and then either keep the legs bent or straighten that leg out if it's comfortable. Look away from the legs. And then relax. And I want you to turn onto your side. Now it may feel like your head's hanging a little here, so if you do this video more than once, maybe grab a cushion to put here if you feel like your head is dropping down to the mat and it would be more comfortable to have your head raised. Arms are going to be out in front of you, palms on top of each other, legs are bent, and then we're breathing in to reach that top arm away. Breathe out to open it up over your body and then bring it down on the other side. If you can get it to the floor, then do. The palms facing up and you're looking towards that arm. Legs just stay where they are. They might slightly move, but that's fine. Breathing in to prepare, and then breathe out to bring the arm back over once more. So we're going to do it twice on this side. Breathe in to reach forward, breathe out to open up. Try and get the whole of your back down onto the mat. If it feels particularly tight on the shoulder on the side you're opening, just bring the hand a little bit lower. You don't need to go wide out from your shoulders. You can go out to your hip height. And then breathing in to prepare, breathe out to come back over. And then turn yourself over onto the other side. Okay, so I'm going to face you this way so it's not to confuse you. You're going to put the other hand on the top this time. Breathing in and breathe out to open up. The same as you did before. You may feel you've got more range of movement on one side than the other. Breathing into it. Deep breath in and breathe out, come back over once more. Breathe in, we'll reach that top arm away. Breathe out, open up. And relax there. And then coming back over. And then we're finishing off with our shoulder bridge. So feet hip width apart, have your heels as close to your bottom as you can get them. Arms lightly by your sides. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, tuck your tailbone, peel yourself all the way up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Heavy through the back of the shoulders, light through your arms. Push down through your big toes and reach those knees over your toes. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, soften from your breastbone, curling yourself down one vertebra at a time. 2 more. Curling up as you breathe out, gently squeeze your bottom. You've got the option to bring your arms up and overhead if you like that feeling. But just make sure when you do that, you're taking a breath in to prepare, breathe out to start to bring the arms down and then peel your back down. And last one, deep breath in, breathe out, curling up. Push those toes down into the mat, gently squeeze your bottom. Relaxing your face and jaw, deep breath in and breathe out, curling yourself back down. And then we'll finish just stretching out our glutes. So hug one knee into your chest, lengthen the other leg away, and then bring that bent knee across towards the opposite shoulder. You could take the arm on the bent leg side out to the side if you want, and just turn to look towards it. Breathing into it. And then lengthen that leg long, hug the other knee into your chest, bring it across towards the opposite shoulder, and just hold it there for a few breaths. And relax. And then we're going to come to sitting, put the soles of your feet together, bring the heels as close as you can get them comfortably to your pubic bone, and then hold on to your shins or calves and try and bring yourself to sit up nice and tall. So draw those legs towards you, and we're dropping those shoulders, breathing into it. Try and get those knees down towards the floor. If this feels uncomfortable on your knees, take your feet a bit further away from you, and you can still feel a stretch probably through your inner thighs and your groin area. So just holding it there for a couple of breaths. Whilst you're here, I want you to drop your chin to your chest, make your head really heavy. Deep breaths. And then keeping your head down, turn to look towards your right shoulder. So the chin's staying down, and you're just moving your head slightly over to the right. 2 more deep breaths. And then across to the left shoulder. And then gently bring your head back up, and we're all done. Well done.